Good morning. Oh, yes, good morning again. Yes, we're starting the topic, so we'll have to say good morning again.
Okay, so it's 391 days.
391 days.
To the 2019 general elections in Nigeria, and there are insinuations and outright, declaration for different candidates from different political quarters. And I've also seen on social media a few young people coming out to express their willingness to, aspire for the highest office in Nigeria. Elections are serious affairs all over the world with peculiar challenges even in more advanced societies. How well are the stakeholders preparing for this all-important process? So we'll be talking about all of this morning, and we have in the studio two gentlemen here with us in Lagos and another gentleman in our Abuja studios. Let me start with him. That's the Director General of the Voice of Nigeria, Osita Ikechukwu. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Okay, thank you. We also have here a legal practitioner, Tony Dania. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
And a senior lecturer at the Department of Political Science, University of Lagos, Dele Ashiru. Good to have you here, and I can say Happy New Year.
Thank you very much.
Even though today is 20th, let's look at, let me start with you. 2019 elections. Some people say, should we be talking about this right now? It's still far away. We're talking about the whole year ahead of us. Do you think at this time a lot of hands should be on deck in terms of that election coming up?
Yeah, certainly a lot of hands must be on deck, particularly because election is a process. And the processes leading to that election would actually define the kind of election that we will have. So on the part of the electoral umpire, there's a lot to be done. On the part of those intending to contest election come 2019, they also must put in place a lot of structures, a lot of planning, and of course...
And a lot of money.
Well, yeah, that's because of the kind of society that we are in. But certainly, election is big business everywhere in the world, so they must also plan to spend the money. So I don't think that it's too early to talk about the 2019 election at the moment.
Mr. Dania, he's talked about the umpire, INEC. Where do you think INEC should start from right now to get it right in 2019 elections?
Yes, the technology deployed at the last election was commendable. There are challenges here and there that I think INEC should address to make it much more easier for voters to exercise their right. Having said that, other things that will determine the elections are the activities, past and current, of the current government, because it takes political leadership to also determine how an election would go. If there are too many complaints, it will definitely affect complaint against the current party administering the country. It will definitely affect the election. I just hope that the president gets to hear the truth about what is happening in the country. People are complaining seriously, and yeah, it started very well, and he has achieved as regard fighting corruption, fighting Boko Haram, and all that. But the loud silence of the president as regard the alleged Fulani herdsmen terrorists unprovoked atlas attack and killings is not too good. It will affect the election. Except the silence, that the silence will become relevant if we see action, because they say action speaks louder than voice. It is not too late. The activity of the current administration will determine the nature of the election. And there are certain things they will do that will rub off on the good things they have done. Like what is happening now, a lot of people are complaining. Money is not going around. I would advise the current administration to take much more serious the issue of electricity and the issue of insecurity. The same way is fighting corruption and the Boko Haram. If you can achieve regular electricity supplies in the country, I am telling you, it would have solved not less than 30% of all the problems we have, including unemployment. You know, and we had him talk about improving the salaries of civil servants. We've not had any latest development on that, but I know it will take a procedure, it will take a process, but it is coming even too late.
Okay. Mr. Okechukwu, just weigh in on this before we go on a short break. So what do you think, what should be happening now as we prepare towards 2019? We'll look at the timetable when we come back.
I think that the Nigerian democracy actually is coming to a maturity stage where INEC set up early in the morning to gazette its timetable and start planning on the essential equipment to be deployed. And don't forget as well that they are improving on a daily basis on the PVC, the card reader, because the card reader had been the new technology that had helped to enhance our electoral process. And for us on our side, on the political party side, we're also gearing up, preparing our candidates. For us of the All Progressive Congress, we are very much aware that the next election is a referendum on the performance of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari. That's why President Muhammadu Buhari had assembled one of the most ambitious and massive infrastructural development of the country through rails, roads, agro-revolution, and power projects. So I think on the side of the INEC, they have done so well. On the side of all the APC, we were excluded from the last election, Anambra Central Senatorial District election, and we did not complain. We were defeated in Anambra, we did not complain. So if the incumbent can be defeated and can win when they win, it means that the stage is set for a free, fair, and credible election in 2019.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Okechukwu. We'll take a moment. When we come back, we'll be looking at issues around the timetable, the Electoral Act, has it been reviewed? There was that thing about covering the use of the card reader, including in our electoral process.
And of course, the voters' card.
And then the voters' card. And then people responding. Already people are tweeting. Someone says, come 2019, I'll only vote. I don't want to use the word user, but it says that the electoral bill has been amended to incorporate the use of card reader. If this hasn't been done, INEC needs to get things right because the card reader is a game changer. So people are already going for their cards. We'll be back in a moment to look at the INEC's plan, what's on ground, and what the people are saying as we prepare for 2019. Don't go away.